So Her Voice Carries is a project that started in Rochester, New York by artist Sarah Rutherford. She began by meeting women who were working to uplift the voices of those around them in their communities. And she painted 5 murals in the city, each in different quadrants, and sort of painted them in various ones around the city. So she's taking that concept nationally, and Haverhill's the first stop in that tour.
Haley and Sarah really inspired me to come to Haverhill. We had worked together when they were starting O Positive here, and I don't know, I just kind of vibed well with Haverhill. It felt a little bit like Rochester. There's like a little bit of scrappiness to it, which I really liked, you know. I also really like the idea of starting the national tour. You know, even though I'm not from Haverhill, it's like coming back to the Boston area. I think it felt like kind of coming home to start the national side of this project. So those were kind of a few of the elements, and then also Sarah and Haley were running this space, so I could have this show alongside the mural, which was, I think, a really nice way of showing that it's more than just one mural. It's about the whole project, and it's about kind of all of these stories coming together. So those elements really made this kind of the perfect stop, or the perfect first beginning for the project. One of the things that drives me is that this work is giving public accolades to women who are lifting up the voices of others, and I think often that is not work that's given these public accolades. Also working to shift public representation of women, and I think it's a really powerful time right now to be sharing women's stories and women's voices. Part of the idea of the national tour is I'm going to be taking someone from my previous city and painting them in the current city, and then finding someone here and bringing them to the next place I go. So Shalinda Bollar is from Rochester, New York, and then I am painting her here, and then I'm going to find someone in Haverhill to bring to the next city with me. So Shalinda is 19. She works for an organization called Teen Empowerment. Teen Empowerment was actually started, I think, over 25 years ago in Boston. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of a nice little tie-in. And she worked there first as a youth organizer. She was really working to create change within her community. And it's a paid position. And now she has come on as adult staff in the organization and kind of continues to help the next generation of youth use their voices to create community change. So I use spray paint and latex paint. A lot of it just has to do with the scale and cost. So usually I'll lay out. So what I'm going to do next actually is lay out some large areas with latex and then go in with detail and spray paint. And then I also, for this project, I hired 2 youth assistants. So that was part of my Rochester edition as well as here. So that was really great to work with some people within the community, some girls within the community on this project. I had youth apprentices in Rochester as well as here. I really think it's important to include the next generation in this project. So I hired 2 youth apprentices here in Haverhill, Erispert Perez and Ariana Caraballo. So one was in high school and actually one was in college, and they got to work with me on the project.
Shalinda Bollar is being featured on our wall here in Haverhill, and we're right now seeking nominations for a woman from Haverhill to be painted in the next city, and so on and so forth. Even though it'll only be one woman that's actually chosen to be painted, it's very important that Sarah is going to keep collecting the stories of every woman who would like to submit their story, and via audio recordings, photographs. That's kind of what you see behind me here. Each of these corresponds to the women who have been featured in Rochester. So that's the idea. So Sarah will be not only painting each woman and moving from city to city, but and collecting stories as she goes. Right now we're looking for nominations from the community of Haverhill, for a woman from Haverhill that will be painted the next city. And people can actually visit our website, theswitchboardhaverhill.com, and there's a little button that says Her Voice Carries, and they can find a nomination form directly on our website. So that'd be great. That's been an exciting way to sort of engage the community of Haverhill in a way that we certainly have not yet as a business, as community members. So it's been really exciting.